This is the Bay Area, encompassing the cities of San Francisco, Oakland, and San Jose, to name a few. Unknown to many, there is a surprisingly good amount of climbing here. It's a cyclist playground, with hills and mountains stretching in and around the dense urban metropolis. According to the PJAM cycling website, there are 151 documented climbs in the entire Bay Area. And in this series, we'll aim to tackle all of them, one by one, and at the end of the day, take you through what it's like and rank them based on difficulty and how beautiful. Okay, welcome to episode 2 of the Every Climb series here in the Bay Area. On today is 2 climbs, Empire Grade and the Ice Cream Grade. I'm here in Santa Cruz, so I thought I'd try and tackle these 2 while I'm down here for the weekend. One is quite large and one is very short and sweet, as per the name. And there is no warm-up this morning. The first climb, Empire Grade, gets going straight from the city here all the way to the top of the mountains. So let's get the legs training and get going. Okay, let's orientate ourselves. We're right down south of the bay, Santa Cruz along the coast. The ride starts in the city and goes right to the ridgetop in the Santa Cruz Mountains. And then here you can see the route profile. It's about just under 13 miles, 2,600 feet of elevation claim. It's not super steep the whole way, but it's gradual and it's long. Okay, we're coming around the university here in Santa Cruz, and we're in that first fifth of the climb. It's pretty shallow at the moment, but you know it's just going to go on forever. And we're passing a residential neighborhood on that border of the university, nestled all amongst the forest that we're about to head into. Okay, that's 2.5 miles in, 500 feet of elevation gain. And this is the entrance to the west side of the Santa Cruz, UC Santa Cruz here. Go Slugs. I think we passed by a lot of what the open farmland is, and now we're heading into the first parts of this forest, up into the mountain. Look at all this green after the winter rain. Now you're joining me on the first time I've actually done this climb. So, if you missed the first episode, this is why I'm doing these. Well, there are 3 reasons. Number 1, exploration. I lived here in the Bay Area for 3 years now and cycled a lot, but I always felt like I was going on the same routes, falling into a rut of sorts. This aims to help explore my own backyard and widen my horizons. Number 2, fitness. You could say I'm semi-addicted to endurance sports, but biking has by far been my weakest sport. I'm hoping this challenge will increase my overall fitness and length strength on the bike. And number 3, guide. I love maps, public transportation, and visiting new cities. Hopefully this series can be a local's guide to what's on offer around the Bay Area through the lens of a cyclist struggling up hills all day long. Okay, starting to get steep here, 8 or 9%, straight up through the redwoods. I'll tell you what though, there could be worse places to climb. Whole bunch of sport cars. Okay, the legs are burning now. Oh, I can't believe I've never come this way. I've come here a dozen times to Santa Cruz and never gone north of where we stay. Why? And with that, that's a third of the way into this climb. I'll tell you what, coming out of the new year, the December holidays, definitely a little bit out of fitness, struggling a little bit, but that's what this is for. Let's get back into it. Let's get strong on the bike. Some resemblance of a residential neighborhood here. Quite nice houses in the woods. It says Llama Ranch, but that is a cow. Slightly confusing. I'm not sure you can beat a morning like this. The sun is trickling through the trees. It's slightly cool to touch because of the winter, so it's perfect riding weather. It's quiet, up in the mountains. I mean, I gotta pinch myself, so lucky. Okay, we're still on the climb, but we're in a section where there's just rolling hills. It's a nice reprieve for the legs as we keep on going up. Okay, that's 6 miles, just under halfway, and now we're going back uphill. Pretty steep section here. The rolling hills are over and done with. Ah, that easy section's done. But this is what we're here for. Okay, checking in, mile 7. And the mind's just wandering for a whole mile there. I don't know where it went. I need to focus back in and finish off this back half. Can you see behind me? That's back out towards the ocean. We might start getting views here in a second. Looks like there might have been a fire here recently. This portion is steep. I don't think it comes across on the camera. Some mountain bikers up ahead. Okay, mile 9. We've been riding for an hour now. All uphill, a little bit of rolling hills in there, but this is a sure way to start a climb. I'm realizing why it's now 39th in that pre-rankings. Morning. So that was the turnoff for Feltham, one of the nice little cities nestled up in the Santa Cruz Mountains. I think we have about 2.5 miles, 3 miles to go. Pushing towards the top, the trees are getting shorter, and I feel as if we're at the top of some of these ridges along the mountains. Yeah, see that signpost back there? That had a bus sign on it. Can you believe a bus comes up here? That is a good sign of a good metro system connecting this remote area. Good on them. There you go, there's another one. It's really impressive actually. Alrighty, mile 10. We have now climbed 2,100 feet up into the mountains. And you know what? It didn't actually feel like that. Done a lot of feet of climbing already. Still a couple hundred to go. I have a theory, and this is it. These sort of climbs don't feel as bad when you have scenery like this around you. It just sort of takes the edge off the pain. And it's not to say there's a lot of pain, but it just makes the ride that much easier. The miles fly by, the feet climb up when you got views like this all the way along. Okay, that's 12 miles. I'm starting to really sweat now. Really pushing the legs and they're starting to hurt, but there's some views over here. And I keep thinking what it might be like to live up amongst the hills here. The fog comes through the valley. You're isolated. It must be nice. It must feel lonely sometimes. But a really different way of living, and it's nice to always think about how others live compared to yourself. Okay, we're starting to reach the summit here, a little bit cooler, and you can just sense the top of the ridge around here. Okay, there we go, the top of Empire Grade. What a real marathon effort this morning. That was pure climbing from the get-go. An hour and a half, and That was a lot to tackle by the legs as we gain some fitness this year. And there is no real notification you've made it to the top here. I'm just in a small little patch of houses and there's no signage at the top of the peak. I went half mile that way and it started going down a hill again. So the only thing I can say is this must be the peak of it, but there's no signage. So just watch out for that when you come do this. Probably download the Strava segment or have that up on your GPS if you do it. But the views also aren't fantastic. If I look out behind me, that's towards the ocean. You can't see much, and then back out this way, it's just more forest heading back out towards the Santa Cruz Mountains. So you're not rewarded as much as the views, but the satisfaction is enough of getting to the top of this peak and running for an hour and a half all uphill. Over 2,500 feet of elevation gain, or it might be a bit more. I'll check out the stats afterwards. But that was a good main course. So now we're going to go down the hill a little bit to the ice cream grade and do the second climb of the day. This should be just a cherry on top for the day. Much shorter, quick and sweet. And then it's all downhill towards the ocean. All right, let's get back on the bike and go. Yeah, it got cold for a moment there, but we have reached the town of Bonny Doon, and in Bonny Doon is Ice Cream Grade, which we shall see what this is, because on the elevation profile when I checked this morning, there wasn't much of a climb here, but it is low down on the grade, or list, sorry. So perhaps it's just a short and sweet one, like a little punchy. Let's see. Okay, I think I found the ice cream grade. It came out of nowhere after Bonny Doon. I may be doing it the wrong way, but I'm gonna double back on myself to make sure that if I've done it east or west, I've done it, and we can check once we get home. Because the way out of here is back towards Bonny Doon and down towards the ocean. So I'll climb up this way and then go back the other way to make sure we've done it. It's steep, but beautiful. It's really dark amongst those redwoods. Okay, let's orientate ourselves here. We're still very much higher in the Santa Cruz Mountains. We're a little lower than the peak of the Empire Grade, and we're looking back towards the Santa Cruz city and out towards the Pacific Ocean. The climb is quite small, highlighted here in the profile map. It's just a little over a mile. It's really punchy. It's much steeper than the Empire Grade, but really only 4.7%. We're not talking a hard climb here. Alright, this is a note to future Tom. For further episodes to come, download the routes, put them on your Garmin so you know where you're going. Because not only do I not have internet connection, but I also am not sure of the route. And we can't have that if we're going to try and do all 51. Alright, note that, Tom. Why yes, Santa Cruz, it is icy ice cream grade. Alrighty, we are 3 climbs down out of the 151, and I cannot tell you guys how excited I am for this challenge. I'm really enjoying mapping them out each week and looking forward to what's to come. How do they rank up now? Empire Grade, it takes the top spot. It's definitely the hardest we've done so far. It's a short list, so it's not easy to beat, but we're putting it 6 out of 8 out of 10. It's really, really long. It's not that steep, but it's a lovely, lovely climb. It will take that to top spot. Ice Cream Grade will go the lowest spot, 1 out of 10, very easy. Beauty wise, I'm going to keep the Twin Peaks at the top. It's really beautiful with those city, and the Empire Grade didn't really reward with the views at the top, but you're riding through the redwoods. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And then number 3, Ice Cream Grade, I'm actually putting up there at 5.6. It's not bad. It is still in the redwoods. It's a beautiful punchy climb. It's in a lovely area of the Santa Cruz Mountains, but it's nothing special, and it's not really going out of the blue and taking a detour to go to. Alrighty, that's it for now. We'll stay tuned for next week. Thanks for watching. See you later.